Form female friendships in your neighborhood and do so without the clique. My next guest proved it's possible. Executive Director of Utah Refugee Connection, Amy Harmer, hosted a special gathering to create belonging among her own neighbors. All the women were invited, not a single person left out, and Amy says the connections made that day were real and beautiful. She joins me in studio to tell us about that experience. It is a treat, a lovely treat to meet you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We are in love with this little gathering that you hosted for your neighbors, and we're going to get into the details of that a little bit later, but you have a unique perspective, Amy, on the topic of belonging, thanks in part to your work that you do with the refugees. How do you view that goal to belong?
Well, belonging means that you feel part of the community. You're accepted as who you are. You don't have to pretend to be somebody else. And, you know, for the last 8 years almost, I've been helping create belonging for refugees right here in Salt Lake. I run Utah Refugee Connection, and we are constantly giving the general community ways to learn about, serve, and give to refugees with the hopes that we can create connections and belonging for these people who have left their comfort zones, their country of choice, and are here and trying to find their way. So that's what we do most of the time.
That's amazing. As I consider, you know, you work with these amazing individuals and you help them, I would say, jump a pretty big gap in order to get to the point of connection. They've got a lot of, you know, cultural and physical needs and experiences to overcome in order to feel what we all want them to feel and what we want to feel. Do you find, though, Amy, that the work to get there, it's the same for all of us, right? That belonging, that connection, we all need to take similar steps.
So a lot of refugees come from a tribal background where they gather and they help each other, and truly the village is the family. And so I think they already have this concept of belonging and connection, but then when you take them out of their country of origin to a new place, they need a new tribe, a new way of belonging, just like all of us. I mean, it's a normal need for each of us to feel like we want to belong and be a part of an important group. And that has been important to me my whole life, whether it's a mountain biking group or whether it's a sewing group or a reading group. We want to feel like we're loved and accepted for who we are. And I think that's also important with the refugee population and all of us.
All of us. And I think you just framed it in a beautiful way. We probably could learn a lot from them about that idea of village and belonging. As we set out to explore, you know, the topic, the loose topic on the table today, this idea of forming those neighborhood connections without the cliques, you say that can start by simply opening your circle, broadening your group.
Yeah, I think for a lot of years I've been consumed with my work with refugees because they don't have a network. So sometimes I feel like our organization is the network for some of them. And we just passed, we call it Patronus Day, the death day of my mom. And I just was feeling really sad. And I had a friend that was trying to prepare a wedding, and she was looking for little vases. So I was doing some work, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy some little vases and get some flowers at Trader Joe's and just invite people to come over and create an event to get to know people better. And I just sent out a text with a little flower saying, hey, if you wanna come by, this is open house style, come and have some fun with flowers, connect with people. If you wanna bring a treat to share, great. It was very informal.
Just simple.
So simple. Yeah. I mean, it was a text, and then I just send it to neighbors that you want to have come. And then the connections, like I was seeing people in conversations. Some didn't even make vases. Some just wanted little cards to take to send to someone else. And I didn't care how many people showed up. To me, what was important is the beautiful connections that were made.
Absolutely.
And I just loved observing everyone. I mean, you can see in the pictures, they're all around the table and they're making flowers, but that was just what we did to get people to come together. You know, instead of going on a mountain bike or a hike, it was everyone could come and anyone could come. And then I had leftover flowers, so then I did it again with some friends and people I wanted to get to know better because I had leftover flowers. And it was awesome. Now my daughter's going to do it with her lacrosse team. So it's a simple way to create connection and to get us out of this 10th winter.
Yes,
I mean,
you.
like I'm spring on the top, winter on the bottom.
I know, we're all there with you, sister. Will you show us what you did? Will you show us? Let's walk. And you talked about those conversations that were happening, that the activity kind of became a means to the end. And that's one of your suggestions as well, is to try to carve out real conversation with the women you're surrounded by, like to get real.
So one of the conversations that happened was a lady in my neighborhood had really struggled with depression, and she just opened up to me. And I was like, okay,
Here we are.
Here we are. And then I was seeing these little pockets just talking. It was wonderful. And the cool thing about this is it doesn't take much time or energy to make these vases, but it's a way to get everyone gathered.
Really inexpensive, just simple
So these
vases.
are on Amazon.
Okay.
They're about $2.
Nice.
You could have them make two, one where they get to keep it, and one they could give to a friend. But you get to pick your vase. What vase do you like?
I'm gonna go with the tall girl.
Okay,
right
and
here.
then you only need about 3 stems. And I always say cut your stem longer before you cut it shorter, because you can't go longer, but you can go shorter.
Like a haircut.
So like you can pick, and Trader Joe's has these simple flowers.
I don't even know where to go.
Pick a big one first.
Okay.
Pick a big one first, and
nice...
go tall.
Oh, tall, yeah.
Because then you can cut it shorter.
Oh, I kind of clipped her, but okay.
That's okay. You're doing great. Let's pull it out here. And then add a background. Flower.
Some purple.
Yeah, so like an accent.
Little accent in the back.
And like I said, you can go taller, but you can't go shorter.
I know, what's my problem?
It's all good.
Okay.
Okay. And then this one is one of my favorite. These are called wax flowers.
Oh.
And they're at Trader Joe's as well. And I'm gonna just cut this.
Go taller, not shorter.
Yeah, taller. But it smells like lemon. So it's beautiful.
Look at that.
Okay, so then that's as simple as it is. You add water.
Love it.
Then
yes,
you pick a tag, and we have this printable tag. So you can say, we belong to each other, you are loved, we all belong together, and you just tie a little bow.
Oh, you're the cutest.
With a tag. And then I told people what you can do is you can actually keep it in your windowsill as a reminder that you're loved, or if you want, you can give it to someone. And then if you want to do 2, they could keep one and give one away.
What you've done is just, you created connection. Like
and it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
You know, you can make it for yourself, but then you can also give it to someone else.
Okay.
The other cool thing that we did is we gave them little cards.
Yeah.
Here's your card packet. I'm going to show you how to put it together.
Okay.
So these, we just printed. Oops. Don't forget to add the water. So and then put them in the little cello bag.
Oh, I love this.
And then you just take a ribbon and tie it. And either you can keep the cards to write to people to create connection, or you can keep it for yourself as a gift to remind you you're loved.
I love it.
And so that ripple effect just keeps going out.
A small, simple activity that, like you said, brought forward the real talk, the real connection, the real friendships that we want to form in our neighborhood.
Well, and the thing that's beautiful is that you just come together, and the conversations that go on around it are probably the most meaningful.
I love it.
But then it keeps going, which is what we want to create. And it's a good way to encourage everyone to come together.
Amy, thank you. Amy is providing our viewers with free printables that will walk you through how to do this activity at home. You can find those on our website. Lovely to meet you. Thank you so much.
Brooke.